DRG Media Group presents coverage of area high school sports. You can also watch or listen to this game live or archived at drgnews.com. It's time for the pregame.
Well, thank you very much, and a good Saturday afternoon, everybody. Another day of high school basketball coming your way, and another big game for the Pierre Governors. Last night, the Governor girls made their way into the state AA tournament. They defeated Harrisburg at Riggs High Gym. Today, the Governor boys take to the road, and we welcome you to Brandon Valley High School, Brandon, South Dakota, where the 2 seed Brandon Valley Lynx, coming in with a record of 17-3, take on the Pierre Governors, who did fall a bit in the late season power rankings, all the way down to 15. They are 6-14, but these two teams played a pretty good game against each other in late January. Brandon Valley won that game 58-47. And the Governors will try to put one good game together and see if they can get to the state AA boys basketball tournament. Glad to have you aboard. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Coming up, it's William Wilson in studio running the show as per usual, and Caleb Brozick outside to do camera work for us with the help of Live Ticket, who gives you the opportunity to see this game as well as hear it. And we've got that going on at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, and also the River 92.7 page of your DRG News smartphone app. So, for the Governors, by the way, this game is being brought to you in part by your Governor postseason sponsors. They still include your Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors, including Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, and Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, Avera Orthopedics, Rinke Gray Wealth Management, Overhead Door, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, Live Ticket, and the Brittany Shufflebine Agency of American Family Insurance. Today's game is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center. Also by the Pierre Regional Airport, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Firm, and the Boys and Girls Club of the capital area. Today's game is brought to you within the game, your River 92.7 sports sponsors within the game, brought to you by Bauman Lumber, who sponsors our video broadcast, in addition to Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, and also Central Dakota Eye Care, and Virotech, South Dakota's Attorney General's Office, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of offices in Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Keep up to date with the scores of today's game. We'll give you the Gales Gas Service scoreboard at the end of each of our quarters. And for Pierre Governor fans, they certainly hope their Governors will be on top one time to go to the state tournament at the end in the final Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It'll be a tough one, obviously. Brandon Valley, they've been doing just everything well all season long. A team that went to the state championship game a year ago, lost by 1 point to Mitchell. They want to get back to that state tournament. The Governors, after 1 year hiatus, would like to get back to the state tournament in Rapid City next week, 2 weekends actually from now. The girls are next weekend, the boys 2 weekends from now. We'll talk all about it. We've got a pregame show brought to you by Bank West coming up after a 3-minute timeout. We'll take a look at the state of basketball. We'll take a look at that girls bracket in Class AA featuring the Pierre Governors, who will be the 7th seed in the state AA. We'll look at the other games going on in SoDak 16 play in boys basketball, one of which has already gone final. We'll talk about that and more. Of course, we've got Coaches' Conversations, Keys to Success, starting lineups, and more. Part of our Bank West pregame show. It's Bank West for the best. You're listening to Pierre Governor postseason basketball and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, the game is on, and Beck Motor Company is proud to support support Pierre Governor basketball. Whether it's on the court or the open road, we're here to keep you moving forward with reliable vehicles for every drive. When you're ready to upgrade your ride this season, come see us at Beck Motor Company. From SUVs to trucks, we've got the perfect vehicle for your winter adventures. Visit Beck Motor Company for all your automotive needs. Beck Motor Company, making a great deal better. 605-224-5912. BeckMotors.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Brandon for Saturday Afternoon Hoops. Brian Oakland with you as we welcome you to our Bank West pregame show. And for those who are on the road, we are thankful for good weather here this weekend, but our road conditions can still change on a dime. Sometimes from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team, reminding us still that snow means slow. Remember to slow down and drive for conditions when necessary. You've got some place to be. And that also means buckle up every trip, every time. Here at the state of basketball to run through things. Our schedule of events had down the stretch, the Governors coming into this one, losing their last three games. They lost to Sioux Falls Jefferson 70-60 in Sioux Falls a week and a half ago, Tuesday of last week. Meanwhile, Harrisburg, no, I'm looking at the girls' games. The boys lost 78-64 at Sioux Falls Jefferson, and then fell 72-61 last Friday to Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Kind of a bad finish up at Watertown as well, 67-44. Seems like the Governors a little bit reeling, but the bottom line is, once again, for the Governors, it's just all about one game. Come in and put a good game together, and maybe you'll be able to pull an upset and move on to the state tournament. Brandon Valley comes up with two big wins over Mitchell and Huron to close their last week of the regular season. A win over Mitchell 42-36, a win at Huron 58-44. They had a couple of stumbles down the stretch against Harrisburg was one of the teams that beat them. I think Sioux Falls Lynx, the team. They don't have the big names. They don't, if I asked the average basketball fan in Class AA to name a big name player for Brandon Valley, you might not be able to do that. But, as opposed to a lot of other teams, but this team just plays well as a team, and they're as good as anybody out there, in my opinion. Going to be a tough one today, but we'll see how it goes. Here's the whole schedule for SoDak 16 play in boys basketball today. And again, from the 16 down to the field of 8 for the state tournament, there won't be any reseeding, so we really have what is a Sweet 16 bracket. We just don't call it that. We call it the SoDak 16 bracket. You've got Pierre and Brandon Valley, the 15 at the 2. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Sioux Falls, Washington, and Jefferson game, and as it turns out, we already know who the winner of this game will play. As Sioux Falls Jefferson went to Washington High this afternoon. They had a 1 o'clock tip, and Jefferson wins it 58-48. They had a big lead early on in that game, and they made it hold up even though Washington had a rally. So the winner of this one gets Sioux Falls Jefferson in the first game of the evening session when the state tournament comes around in a couple of weeks. The other half of the top seed in the bracket is Sioux Falls Lincoln, and they'll take on number 16 Yankton today. That game tips off at 6 o'clock. A lot of games tipping off at 3, just like we are, 3 o'clock Central. It's T area out to Spearfish to take on the Spartans. Also, on the other half of the bracket, Mitchell will be hosting Rapid City Central at 6 o'clock in the Corn Palace tonight. Huron plays host to Sturgis in a 6 o'clock tip. The other 2 games both tipping off at 3 o'clock along with us. Harrisburg hosting Rapid City Stevens, and it's Sioux Falls Roosevelt at O'Gorman today. That's the boys' SoDak 16. Meanwhile, if you missed any of the action last night, O'Gorman beat Sturgis. Aberdeen Central was, I take that back, Jefferson on a last-second, better-than-half-court shot. Sioux Falls Jefferson beats Aberdeen Central 57-44. So both their girls and their boys win on the road. Brandon Valley's the 2 seed for the boys as well, and for the girls also, and they beat Watertown 69-31. Pierre was a 46-39 winner over Harrisburg last night. So Pierre and Brandon Valley's girls will play in the first game of the evening session on Thursday out in Rapid City. Stevens beats Huron easily last night. Spearfish knocks off Sioux Falls Roosevelt, so the Spartans are going back to the state AA. It'll be Washington beating T area, and Mitchell defeated Brookings last night. So again, Pierre plays Brandon Valley in the 2-7 game. It'll be Washington against Mitchell in the 3-6 game. Spearfish against Rapid City Central in the Stevens in the second game of the day, and top-ranked O'Gorman plays number 9 Jefferson in the first round next weekend. That's the state of basketball for the AA girls and the boys. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back, get into keys to success, and those are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. When we come back with more of our Bank West pregame, this is Pierre Governor postseason basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our peer office today by visiting rankygray.com.
All right, here we go. It's SoDak 16 time for the Pierre Governors, and our keys to success begin with head coach Brianna Kozler. And coach, the regular season's over, and that's the good news, I think. It was a tough regular season, 6-14. Second season begins, and you're 0-0, and you know, you can kind of wipe the slate clean, even though last weekend was a difficult one for you, and you got just one game and one team to focus on now, and that's the Brandon Valley Lynx.
Yeah, it's the beauty of heading into the postseason, and we're fortunate enough to be one of the top 16 teams that get to go and compete still in the AA, and that's exactly what we want to do, is compete hard today and give it everything that we have, or what we have. And you know, I think the latter half of the season, I mean, 6 games in 2 weeks is killer for anybody, but especially when you're 7-8 guys deep, and you're just I mean, that's 4 of those 6 games we're on the road, and we can toss every excuse out there, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Now it's time we get to be 0-0, and our regular season record, I don't feel is indicative of what this team is capable of, and all it's going to take is one game to prove that.
There's an ongoing theme this year, of course. One bad quarter kind of gets you. That was the case the last time you were here. You're looking at a 2 seed in Brandon Valley, 3 losses on the year, and you throw out about a 5 or 6 minute stretch of that game, and you're right with them. And why not today as well?
Absolutely.
With a full 32 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just it. Is, you know, can we? And that game fell in a stretch of a few games in a row there, where you only have about a day to prepare. Now we get a week to prepare for an opponent, and they get to do the same for us as well. But I certainly feel like we've got the opportunity, and now it's a chance to go and seize that opportunity. And you know, it's sitting as the 2 seed. It's easy to get overconfident at times, and you know, we're here at the 15 seed. We got nothing to lose. Let's go out there, play fearless, play confident, have fun, because we're capable, and I'm excited for this opportunity for these guys to go out and compete.
Confidence is a key. You're talking about Brandon Valley's confidence. What about your confidence, especially, you know, given the way the last few games have gone?
Yeah, I think, you know, one thing with these guys is you would never know the next day or the night of even what the result was that night. They're great kids. They come back, they respond, they work hard. They know that was not our best ending to this regular season, but they also know that, I mean, there was still work to be done, and we had to get back to work this week, and that was exactly what we did, and you know, fine-tuned a lot of different things, kind of had our game plan in, and it's great having a chance to prepare for a team for 4 or 5 days straight, and just really feeling like you got to know them like the back of your hand, and we're confident going in, and they should just go out there and play as fearless and as confidently as possible.
You know, and Brandon Valley is one of these teams where they haven't been doing very much wrong at all this season, so you know, you got to guard inside, but you certainly have to guard the outside shot too, and just try to minimize, and hopefully you can get them into a low shooting percentage.
Yeah, they're very well coached. They're a very disciplined team. They always have been, always will be, and that's something that, can we disrupt them enough to just be solid defensively, but disrupt them and force those contested mid-ranges and clear the glass. That's going to, winning the glass is going to be big for us, and then executing offensively, getting different guys involved with things, and being able to capitalize on some areas that we do have an advantage. And while, yes, on paper, size, they're going to have an advantage there, but can we outwork, can we out-hustle, can we out-heart everybody? And that's what it's going to take for 32 minutes today.
Outwork, out-hustle, out-heart for defensively. Mm-hmm. That's basically the key to success offense.
Absolutely. Yep. That's
all right. Any other keys tonight?
No, I think that's what it's going to be. You know, just staying together like they've done all season long, and just putting that final game together of that we need to, all we've said, all it's going to take is one, and why not today?
That's the mental key to success too. Coach, Good luck today. Go get it done.
Thank you.
Coach Brianna Kozler comments, keys to success, as they are all season long, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we'll speak with Craig Nelson, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Our keys to success continue. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Our keys to success will continue with Craig Nelson, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, and down the stretch, Coach. I mean, in this regular season where you guys did so many good things, obviously a couple of stumbles with some pretty good competition down that stretch, but win over Huron to finish things off. And, I think you're if you haven't had goals set all season long, I think down the stretch you've got your goals set in your mind on a trip to the state tournament. Just one game left for you.
Yeah, I've liked our squad all year long. It took us a little time to round into form, but we had some returners from an experienced team last year, and that helped us get out to an early start. And we kind of looked and knew our February schedule would be very, very challenging, and it was. But I was really happy with our performance the last couple of games of the regular season.
The last time we spoke was late January when we came down here, and that was something that you had said. You were just still trying to find your way, even though you only had one loss on the season. It seemed to me you put a real good game together offensively. You said you weren't shooting a lot of threes, but you were hitting them that day. And, you faced a good test from Pierre, but you still came out 11 points up.
Yeah, it can depend on game flow from game to game. Sometimes putting the ball inside quite a bit, and more recently our guards have been shooting it a little bit better. I've liked that we had a low turnover percentage on some of our last couple of games as well. So just some simple things like that just help us play better basketball.
Those teams that did beat you down the stretch, and of course some of the good ones in Lincoln and company there. But where you see yourself in obviously you're in the same conversation, but how are you matching up with them right now?
There's certainly 2 weeks ago where I didn't know if we were in the same conversation with them. Going into that week with Washington and Lincoln, and felt we played pretty good in those games. But then you turn around, you got Harrisburg and T the next week, and it's really finding out a lot about ourselves. You get some of those 2-point games and back and forth battles, especially against Metro teams, and you start to learn a lot about the character of your team.
All right, from a month plus ago to now, what are you seeing out of the Pierre Governors and the challenges you face today?
Well, guard 2 guys, right? They are really, really good basketball players, and got to do a number on those guys. I felt like Pierre offensive rebounded really well with us at our place a month ago. I'd like to keep them off the glass a little bit better than we did last time, but kind of the same recipe. Hopefully we can do it a little bit better.
And offensively, you still feeling that flow for the most part?
Yeah, we're pretty balanced. Just multiple guys kind of averaging around 10 a game, so, there's no game plan like it was last year of Delaney's got to score, Althoff has to score, or whatever. It's just multiple guys can do good things for us on the offensive end. We're really good when we're getting to the offensive glass, so hopefully multiple guys chip in.
Yeah, and it seems like you're shuffling people in and out, changing your starting lineup from time to time, but you're getting good, solid production from whatever 6 or 7 guys can start any given time.
Yep, would agree. Our bench has been really good for us, and you get in there for 10, 12 minutes and give us 6 points and 4 rebounds, and that's really good production at the AA level.
All right. Any other keys to success for you today?
That sounds good for today.
Okay, Coach. Good luck to you. Thanks. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.
Craig Nelson, head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Comments, keys to success from the coach is sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. A minute left in our pregame countdown here at the gym in Brandon. Let's give you the starting lineups real quick. They're sponsored by Envirotech. As the Brandon Valley Lynx will go this way at a starting guard, it's Landon Delaney. He's one to watch, a 6'2" senior, along with Briggs Knutson, a 5'9" junior, sharpshooter. The forwards will be Aiden Zur, a 6'2" senior, and Mach Mayen, who can jump out of the gym, a 6'3" senior. The man in the middle will be Austin Dowd. He is a 6'4" sophomore for Brandon Valley. It's Delaney and Knutson, the guards, Zur and Mayen, the forwards, with Dowd the post player. We'll see players like Gus Scott off the bench. He is a 5'9" senior. Lincoln McInerney, a 6' freshman who played pretty well the last time these two teams got together. We expect to see him also. Brandon Valley 17-3 on the season. They're seeded number 2. Their head coach is Craig Nelson, assisted by Tim Silius and Jeff Ganschow and Matt Bigelow. The 15-seed Pierre Governors, their opponents, and they'll be led by Luke Olson, the 5'11" senior. Dawson Getz, the shooter, 6'3" and a senior. Third guard is Sawyer Sonnenschein, the 5'8" senior. Eladio Cimental, the 6'1 senior, is a small forward. Lincoln Dilgis is the man in the middle, 6'4, and a junior for the Governors. Sonnenschein, Cimental, Getz, Dilgis, and Olson, the starters. Caden Aharts, Carter Schuffelbein, Sutton, Sonnenschein, the first three off the bench for Brianna Kozler and the Pierre Governors. She's assisted by Skip Kurth, Cooper Hartley, Brevin Kaiser, and Craig Ullman. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups. We'll cover our game officials and more when we come back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Postseason Basketball. Your official voice of the Govs is River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
BankWest pregame show continues. We're back at Brandon, and we're getting closer and closer to tip-off of the SoDak 16, the Pierre Governors, and the Brandon Valley Lynx. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. We just heard from the South Dakota Attorney General's office and their Division of Consumer Protection. They sponsor the naming of today's game officials. We call them the law on the court. Sponsored by the Attorney General's office, licensed by and assigned by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school basketball, and we thank them for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job, and a difficult one at that. And our law on the court, our game officials today are Casey Cody, Adam Kellenberger, and Patrick Spellmeyer. Today's game officials, the guys in stripes, Casey Cody, Adam Kellenberger, Patrick Spellmeyer. Thanks, guys, for being our law on the court. We tip it off in 30 seconds. Actually, the starting lineups are still coming up. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. We're going to be back with our Comtech opening tip, the SoDak 16, coming up next on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech will sponsor our opening tip in just a little bit. And factually, in starting lineups, they are announcing all of the rostered players for both teams. So they've given the bench players for the Governors, now announcing the bench players for the home team, Brandon Valley. Got a big crowd here on a Saturday afternoon, as you might expect. Had a great crowd last night at Riggs High Gym for the girls' SoDak 16 match when the Governors knocked off Harrisburg 46-39. So congratulations to Kirk Bebout and the girls, who are making their third straight state tournament trip. They've gone 2-1 in the last two tournaments, 5th place last year, and state runners-up a couple of years ago, but they'll go in as the 7th seed overall in that one. Starting lineups are just beginning here. A quick reminder, you're listening to the official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
So again, the state girls AA tournament starts Thursday and runs through Friday and Saturday. Both the AA tournaments, girls and boys, will take place at the Monument Arena in Rapid City. That's where the state wrestling tournament was last weekend, and heck, they might even have monster trucks there this weekend, and then state basketball next weekend and the weekend to follow. Of course, the boys will be March 20th through 22nd, so even after today, March 8th, it wouldn't be until, 12 days later when the winner of this game will get a chance to play next. A 12-day layoff is better than a whole off-season off, though, and that's what both teams are hoping for here today, rather not having a whole off-season to spend. Starters again for the Governors: Luke Olson, Lincoln Dilgis, Dawson Getz, Eladio Simmental, Sawyer Sonnenschein. 4 seniors for the Governors, with a couple more on the bench. And as for Brandon Valley, Mach Mayen, a senior, Landon Delaney, a senior, Aiden Zur, a senior. They've got Briggs Knutson, a junior, and Austin Dowd, a sophomore, who starts in the middle. You can see it all, drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page, also on your DRG News app. We'll be set up above the end of the floor here at Brandon Valley's gymnasium. The Governors are in road green, and they will be coming towards us. We've got the Brandon Valley student section right below us, and this is the biggest student section I think I've ever seen in all my years of coming here. Our Comtech opening tip is up, and it is controlled by Mach Mayen and the Brandon Valley Lynx. The Lynx are in home white with the red numbers, black trim, heading near court to far, and they'll set it up on the right side, top of the key, backdoor cut, but a reverse missed by Landon Delaney. He tried to put that one up and in, but it came up a little bit short. Luke Olson is there for the rebound, so good job defensively by the Governors to get a stop right off the bat. They want to get it to Dawson Getz right away, and Getz is not able to hit. I believe it might have been a long 2, but essentially a 3 ball in the from the left corner to our right. Here's Dilgis knocking a pass away. It was destined to go inside, but it's picked off by Luke Olson after it was first touched by Dilgis. Here the Governors with some energy. No score yet, 7:10 to play. Second possession for Pierre. Dilgis leaves it out with Simmental. He'll fire at 3. That one's online, but just off the back of the rim, no good. Mayen reaches for the rebound. Now Luke Olson comes up with a steal, but he can't hit a layup. A little too strong on that one. Up the floor it goes, and Brandon Valley setting it up. After that turnover, well, the Lynx have it again. A missed opportunity for the Governors, and I think right now we'll talk about this. Here's Dilgis knocking another entry pass away. We'll get back to that point. Here's a 3 up top. Top of the key, no good. The miss for Aiden Zur. Olson cuts off the rebound, looking to go the distance, but he'll pull it back out. And now we got a traveling violation called on Eladio Simmental. The key to success, so what's it going to take for the Governors to pull a big upset today? Well, plain and simple, you've got to play a perfect game. And I think for the Governors, that means getting off to a good start, playing very well through all 4 quarters and finishing strong. You've got to give yourselves a chance to be within striking distance in that 4th quarter. But you definitely want to make your layups. You don't want to give unforced errors and turnovers away and things like that. We've seen that a couple of times, but we are still scoreless as we hit the 6:05 mark here in quarter number 1. Here is Mayen underneath. He bobbled a pass and then picks it up. Maybe a little too far under the glass. He couldn't get it to go. And it's Dawson gets down with a rebound, and now 2 minutes plus gone by. We're still scoreless here. Jitters for both teams, I would imagine. Sonnenschein with it. He'll get it back after getting it to Dawson Getz. Sonnenschein's on the Governor left side, but it's our right as we're watching. Here's Getz inside off the glass short. He came up a little bit off to the right on that one. Rebound is down to Zur, his third of the day. But a loose ball gets away from Mahan, and it's picked off by Getz. Third turnover by Brandon Valley, not helping their cause either. Here's Simmental right side baseline. He finds Dilges in the lane, off the glass, and it's good for two. Lincoln Dilges has been fairly consistent ever since he took over the starting job a few weeks ago. And he puts the Governors on the board first with a 2-0 lead. Delaney goes left side, picks his dribble up. Got rid of it, but gets it back from Austin Dowd. Now Delaney out to the left side. Aiden Zur. Here's Knutson. Jump pass underneath and a reverse short there for Zur. Dilges down with a rebound. Here come the Governors in transition. Simmental leaves it with Getz. Nowhere to go in front of the Lynx bench to our right. Now they'll kick it back out and reset it again with Luke Olson. Sonnenschein, space, fires a three. That's off the back of the rim. It'll bounce up and over the top of the backboard. So here's Sonnenschein hoping to contribute there. First substitutions in for both teams as Carter Schuffelbein checks in for Eladio Simmental. And for Brandon Valley, Braden Miller, a 6-foot senior, will check in. And it is Maj Mahan coming out. Also, well, Dowd and Zur also check out. 22, Lincoln McInerney, talented freshman, is in. And 24, well, we mentioned Braden Miller. He's got it now. Here is 12, Briggs Knutson, still in there from the starting lineup along with Landon Delaney. Coming out of the corner with it. Schuffelbein guarding him. They'll swing it over. Brandon Valley to the left side. 10 on the shot clock. Quick fire three, Knutson. Too strong. Delaney's got the rebound. He'll put it back up and in. Landon Delaney with the offensive rebound and the putback, and we're tied at 2-2. Halfway through quarter number one. Slow start for both teams. Sonnenschein working against Braden Miller. Has to hand it off to Dawson Getz, who had to come and get it. Now Dilges is right side up top. 15 on the shot clock here. Olson tries to split defenders. He leaves it with Schuffelbein. Fadeaway shot here, no good. Dawson Getz with an offensive rebound, but Miller takes it away. We'll give Miller the rebound essentially on that one. So another tough miss there for the Govs. And it's still 2-2. Brandon Valley looking for their first lead with 3:20 to play in the first. McInerney for three, and it's good. Probably the one guy you've got to keep a hand in front of, Lincoln McInerney. He had a couple of threes in a 68-57 win over Pierre January 23rd. When these two teams met in the regular season here in this gym, Brandon Valley with a 5-2 lead. Sonnenschein for the answer, and it's good. Dawson Getz with the feed. Sawyer Sonnenschein, 1 out of 2, and we're tied at 5-5. High post with it, Delaney against Schuffelbein. He'll fire and hit. Rattles it home, Landon Delaney with a couple of buckets now, and it's 7-5 Brandon Valley. And maybe both teams will start to settle in here. When these two teams last met, the Governors, boy, they played great for most of the game. Sonnenschein steps on the sideline after taking the pass. Got a sub coming in at Simmental as Dawson Getz will come out. Turnover number 2 for the Governors. 2:26 to go, quarter number 1. And Sonnenschein caught that pass, and we could see him just backpedal slightly, and his toe ended up on the sideline. Briggs Knutson putting it in motion. McInerney's open for another one, and that is good. Lincoln McInerney 2 for 2, the freshman. Sharpshooter, Brandon Valley leading 10-5. Here's Olson in the lane. He'll find Dilges on the baseline. This 10-footer is in and out, no good. Down with a rebound is Grant Hennon. He's a 6'5 senior who checked in that last time, our play stoppage. And he's got it underneath. He'll turn around, put it up and in. The Lynx are really starting to get settled in now. They've scored on their last 4 possessions. 12-5. The lead is to 7. Minute 35 left. We're in the first quarter. Olsen will try to split defenders. He falls down, keeps his dribble, then gets it to Simmental. Pierre still with a possession, Sonnenschein with it. Now up top, it's Scheffelbein. Dawson Getz is out for the time being. Pierre with their best shooter on the bench. Here's Simmental forcing one up, no good. Scheffelbein's underneath, and he gets hammered on the way back up. As Carter Scheffelbein with a fine keep alive, he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. I don't know. I didn't get to see the Governors play last week, and I don't imagine they had an awful lot of energy in their last game. A big loss at Watertown, who did not make the SoDak 16. They were the first team out of 4 on the outside looking in. Scheffelbein hits the first free throw, but I think the Governors do have a lot more energy today than they must have had last Saturday. Getz is back in, Lincoln Dilgis out. Landon Delaney gets his first break as Monch Mahan back in for the Lynx. 1 down, 1 to go for Carter Scheffelbein, the sophomore. Shot is up, shot is off the mark. It's no good. 1 for 2. And the Governors trail 12-6. Minute 10 to go. Brandon Valley going the other way. Knutson starts left, finds McInerney. The shot was closed off by the Governors, but McInerney feeds to Hennon underneath, and now Grant Hennon's got back-to-back buckets. And a 14-6 advantage, Brandon Valley. Olsen off to Getz. Back to Luke Olsen. Inside Simmental. He'll get it out to Sonnenschein. He'll pick his dribble up. Now Olsen inside to Getz. Jump hook on the turnaround effort. No good. He comes up a little bit short. McInerney rebounds. Brandon Valley with 9 boards already compared to just 5 for the Governors. We're in the final half minute. 3 seconds difference, though, between shot clock and game clock. Lynx will chew the clock down as much as they can. Briggs Knutson top of the circle. In fact, out in center circle with it. Scheffelbein defending. Here we go to 10 seconds. 5 on the shot clock. Knutson penetrates, kicks out. Miller wants 3. This one will not go. The rebound is tipped. A last second putback is no good for McInerney, falling away. And the Governors rebound from there, but that is how our first quarter will come to an end. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Brandon Valley 14, the Governors 6. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 60 seconds, and quarter number 2 coming up next. This is the SoDak 16 Pierre Governor postseason basketball. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence. Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Welcome back to Brandon. The first period had a slow start for both teams. It was only 2-2 halfway through, but Brandon Valley heated up after that. And they outscored the Governors 12-4 the rest of the way. They lead 14-6. But as we start our second quarter of play, Pierre Governors have the basketball. Heading far court to near, right down in front of us. Underneath the basket is Caden Aharts, fed by Simmental, but too far underneath the bucket. And Aharts try to reverse, but it's no good. He's the last to touch as it'll go out of bounds. It'll be Lynx basketball. See how the Governors set up here. They've been playing a 2-3 zone for most of the season, but we're not seeing that here. They've even thrown some 1-3-1, some other junk defenses, but right now, straight man-to-man. Landon Delaney back in there for Brandon Valley against Simmental, but they'll switch off. Delaney gets rid of it to Briggs Knutson. Lynx a little more patient here. Braden Miller starting the second quarter. So is Lincoln McInerney, who had the two biggest shots of the first period. Delaney, top of the key, closely guarded. 3 on the shot clock. On the move, McInerney fades away from the top of the key. It's no good on a long 2. And the Governors will come down with the rebound with Luke Olson, his third of the day. Olson tried to go the distance. That's closed off. He'll throw it across the lane looking for Aharts, but it's knocked away and into the hands of a Lynx opponent by Braden Miller, who got the first touch. Delaney penetrates. Now out to the corner on the move, McInerney to Hennon. That one's knocked away, and the Governors will get a takeaway. 4th turnover for the Lynx, but they'll take it right back. Braden Miller with a steal up the court. He'll feed across. Now Luke Olson returns the favor. Some playground play, but good job defensively on both ends of the floor. And with a minute and a half gone by in quarter number 2, we're still scoreless in the quarter, but 14-6 on the game. Brandon Valley leading by 8. The Governors could sure use some offensive efficiency here. Not to mention consistency. Simmental to Getz. He'll pull up, and the 16-footer comes up short. Dawson Getz, unfortunately for Pierre, just not having his best day to start. Sometimes all it takes is that one shot to go down, but Dawson's still waiting for that. He's 0 for 4 so far. And Olson, here's another steal for Luke underneath the basket. Olson up ahead to Aharts. Transition is closed off. Back to Olson, left side. Penetration, kick it out. This is Dilgis from a little 5-foot effort, but that one rims in and out. It's no good. And it's down to Delaney and the Lynx. That kind of day so far for Pierre, but they are getting those looks. Sometimes you can be a little tentative. Certainly if jitters have something to do with that, that can factor into play. Here's Delaney splitting defenders. He'll make a path to the rack and score on a finger roll layup, and the Governors need a timeout. They fall behind by 10 here. 5:18 to go, second quarter, 16-6. Brandon Valley, this is a Coca-Cola timeout. Timeout sponsored by Coca-Cola, Bottling in Pierre. We're back in 30 in the Governors on River 92.7.
Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
And Brandon, Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. Welcome aboard. And so far for the Governors, trailing 16-6. Tough game offensively to this point. But the bottom line is there's still plenty of game to go. The Governors have plenty of time. Obviously, they're playing pretty well defensively, only giving up 16 to this point to the second-ranked and the second power-ranked team in South Dakota. They just have to get something to go on the offensive end. Right down below us, Olson. They have to try to make something happen. Splitting defenders, and Delaney gets the better of that deal. Olson's second shot attempt of the day is no good. 4:45 to go, first half. Brandon Valley led 14-6 at the end of one. The Governors still haven't scored here in the second, and we've got a foul called, and this is going against Lincoln Dilgis, apparently. Haven't had many whistles yet. This is the first of the second quarter. In fact, this might be the first foul. This is the first foul I've put on my stat sheet all game long, and we're almost halfway through the second period. Mahan takes the inbound. He tried to feed Austin Dowd in the paint, but that pass gets away, and it's out of bounds. See, Brandon Valley with 7 turnovers so far. They're giving away plenty of possessions, but again, the Governors just haven't been able to get the offense clicking. They're getting the looks. They're just not getting them to go just yet. Maybe this time, Olson this way across the timeline. Starts to his left, zips it across to Getz. Now Simmental, pull-up jumper. This one is good. Eladio Simmental with a 16-footer inside the arc, top of the key. Big basket for the Governors in that it's just much needed, and they're back within 8. 16-8 our score, 4:10 left, second quarter. Dowd goes inside, and a foul will go to the Governors again. Aiden Zerb trying to post up, tried to make his move. Olson was in behind him, but Simmental was there as well, and it's Eladio Simmental with his first personal, team foul number 2. For the Governors in the quarter, Briggs Knudsen takes the inbound pass back. He'll feed up top. Here's Gus Scott out on the right side. Skip pass across. The Governors got a hand on it. And it stays with Brandon Valley. Scott just in there, a 5'9 senior for the Lynx. He'll inbound in the left corner, far end of the floor. Lincoln McInerney in there still, or again. Gets it over to Knudsen, now up top. Scott wants 3 on line, but off the front of the rim, no good, and it's Ahart's in there to take the rebound. Governors back this way, gets to Ahart's. Simmental, now Dilges, fakes left, drives right, lane closed off. Simmental, feet on the arc. No, that was a 3, no good, but there's Lincoln Dilges, offensive rebound, and an easy layup and bunny putback. So the Governors with a second chance basket to help their cause, and all of a sudden 4 in a row for Pierre has them back within 6. 16-10 with 3:15 to go in the second period. Knudsen down to the left corner in the drive here, but another foul will be called on the floor. Knudsen penetrated, wanted to kick out to Gus Scott, but a third foul called on the Governors now when it seemed like we went about 11 minutes plus without any whistles being blown. Who gets this one? Dawson gets his first. 3 for the Govs in the quarter. 3 minutes plus to go, and the officials are making sure that Craig Nelson's not sending anybody new in. The inbound is in. Delaney for 3, top of the key, and it's good. Knudsen left it for him, just good rhythm off of the pass, and Delaney, jump shot finds its way down from 19. Landon's got 9. 19-10, that's the difference right now. Here's Getz inside. Now the Lynx will commit the foul against Dawson Getz. This will go to Briggs Knudsen with a little push underneath. Sawyer Sonnenschein ready to check back in. Caden Ahart's, who's played the whole second period, comes out. The rest of the Governor's starting 5 is in there. Olsen to inbound, he gets it to Getz, or to Dilges at the free throw line. Kick out, Simmental for 3, it will not go. Delaney controls the rebound, the Lynx are heading the other way again, quickly up the floor. The Governor fans wanted to travel, they didn't get it. Now it's up top to Knudsen, high arcing 3, no good. Hennon underneath with the rebound, and a foul is called on the floor. Olsen stuffs Delaney, and on the other end, they exchange some pleasantries with smiles, but the offensive rebound for Grant Hennon keeping this one alive, and the Governors committing another foul. Sonnenschein. Sawyer with a good foul that time, probably prevented an easy putback. Meanwhile, the Lynx have it again. Hennon inside, he wrestles it away from Olsen, and he'll take it the rest of the way and score. Grant Hennon with 6 off the bench. Now 21-10, biggest lead for Brandon Valley so far. Pierre had cut it to a 6-point deficit. Now Brandon Valley with the last 5. Olsen to the baseline left, finds Simmental into the paint. He'll challenge, and the shot is up and good. Big basket for Eladio Simmental, who has 4. 21-12. 9-point Brandon Valley lead as we're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Aiden Zur, left wing. Briggs Knudsen, swing it over to the right side. Landon Delaney starting to direct traffic. Simmental defending. Now they find Lincoln McInerney with 15 on the possession clock. Underneath, it's lobbed under to Zur, but he will bobble it, lose it out of bounds, and the Governors will get it back. Here comes Mach Mayen to the scorer's table in the play stoppage. Zur will check out. Coach Nelson has shuffled people in and out of the starting lineup, like Mayen, like Zur, and Austin Dowd, who started today. Even Gus Scott, we understand, has started ball games through the course of the season. Here down by 9 with it. Here's Olsen. He'll fire a 3, and that's going to be short. Sonnenschein finds the rebound, though, to keep it alive for Pierre. Quickly back to Olsen. They can reset. Here's Simmental to Dilges on the right wing. Dilges to Luke Olsen. Step back 3 from the right corner this time, and no good. We got a rebounding foul, and it's Simmental against Mayen. We'll go to the other end, and it looks like Brandon Valley will get to shoot free throws here. And the officials need to confer, but that is 5 fouls in the quarter for the Govs. Ahart's ready to check in, probably for Simmental, who commits his second personal. Mach Mayen, 6'3", senior. He had a slam dunk in the first game between these two teams. He is, if I remember correctly, the reigning state high jump champion in Class AA. Mayen's first free throw is up and good. 22-12, Brandon Valley by 10 with another one pending here. 1:04 to go, we're in the second quarter. 6 points in the first period for Pierce, 6 points so far in the second period is all they've been able to muster. Mayen goes 2 for 2, and it's an 11-point Lynx lead again, 23-12, and an even 1 minute to play in the first half. Dawson gets to set things up. He'll find Dilges back underneath to Getz. Blocked by Mayen, but there's body contact underneath. And Dawson Getz will go to the free throw line. Nice run of a play there. Give and go. Getz to Dilges, back to Getz. A pump fake in this case probably could have helped the cause, but Getz will get a trip to the free throw line looking for his first point, and he has it. Mayen's foul is his first. It's only the second for the Lynx in this quarter. Craig Nelson in keys to success. Challenges that Pierre poses as Getz hits the second free throw as well. He said, well, guard 2 guys, and he means Luke Olson and Dawson Getz. Those two combined have 2 total points in this first half. So I'd say Brandon Valley is sticking to their guns and following through on their keys to success. 23-14, and a timeout asked for and received by Coach Nelson with 34 seconds left in the first half. 19 on the shot clock. This is a 30-second Coca-Cola timeout from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We're back in 30. This is Governor postseason basketball.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Trail 23-14, but again, defensively, it's been a pretty good game. Even for the Governors, even though they've given up the 23 points, that's not a big total for Brandon Valley here at this juncture of the game. They've got 8 to shoot. They tried an alley-oop, but the pass no good to Mayen, and it's taken away by Lincoln Dilges. A turnover for the Lynx. The Governors have 15 seconds to try to get something positive down to close out this first half of play. Olson's pass to Aharts is tipped back to him. Olson gets it again. Now back Aharts. And Olson with 2 seconds. Mayen will block the 3, and our first half will come to an end. 3-pointer by Luke Olson. There's that state high jump champion, Mach Mayen, with a fine defensive play. And the Governors will come up empty. Brandon Valley on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard has a 9-point lead at intermission. It's 23-14. Brandon Valley over the Pierre Governors. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We're at halftime now, and our halftime break is a courtesy of Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial. You'll find them in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Let's pause for 2 minutes, and we'll come back for the halftime break to recap a 23-14 Brandon Valley lead to this point. You're listening to Governor postseason basketball on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses. And quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olson, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's always moving, your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Play going on as well. We've got a game on KPLO right now that's a pretty good one. Lyman in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left leads Lower Brule in Mitchell 50-43. And we've also got coverage of Stanley County Buffalo basketball as they play host to Mobridge Pollock in Region 6A. A semifinal there. That's at 5 o'clock, and that'll be with Justin Coward on KPLO. I'm sorry, on KGFX 1060 AM, 103.1 FM later this afternoon. Brandon Valley will have the Comtech opening possession of our second half of play as they lead the Pierre Governors 23-14. We'll see if the Governors can get some offense clicking somehow, some way here in the second half, but they start on defense. Lynx almost with a miscommunicated pass to start, but now Landon Delaney is given the space for an open three, and he'll knock it down. The Lynx do strike first. Delaney, who had a 9 in the first half to lead all scorers, now is the first entrant into double figures in this game as well, 26-14. And that's the difference in the game as Dawson Getz takes it puts it on the floor, takes it down the lane. That's probably the key for the Governors. It's just the scorers have to get a little more aggressive. Getz is fouled on the floor. Briggs Knutson with his second personal. The inbound for the Governors from underneath comes out to the right side. Sawyer Sonnenschein. He'll find Luke Olson, but a quick pickup of the dribble. Gets it away, gets it back from Sonnenschein. Now gets to Sonnenschein out on the right wing. Here is Lincoln Dilgis from the high post. Simmental out on the far side, right. 15 yet on the shot clock. Olson with a stop and go. Stops again. Finds Simmental. Free throw line jumper will rim in and out. No good. Olson somehow with a rebound. Simmental. It's good. And a foul called to Mach Mayen. From this vantage point, I thought Landon Delaney had an easy rebound, but Luke Olson somehow gets in there, takes it away, and then he'll feed to Simmental. Basket is good. Chance at a three-point play. And the free throw is also good. So that's completed. And the Governors answer the opening three of the half by Delaney with a three-point play of their own from Eladio Simmental. Delaney coming this way for the Lynx in home white. Red shoulders, red numbers, black trim. Dilgis will foul on the entry pass right down below us as they try to get it in to Austin Dowd. Lincoln Dilgis, a second personal. Didn't have a lot of fouls in that first half. In fact, none in the first quarter. Pierre did finish with 5 as a team in the second period. There's an inbound lobbing out to Mayen, and as that ball was bobbled, Sawyer Sonnenschein comes in trying to get the ball as it was loose in the air as well, but a little too much of a bump, and Sawyer picks up his second personal. So two quick ones for the Governors. 26-17 our scores, 6:40 to play. Third quarter, Delaney against Simmental, and Eladio with a nice block, out of bounds to the student body below. And Delaney's ready to throw in. Right side of the key, but to our left. Brandon Valley coming far court to near. The Governors heading the other way when they've got it. Simmental, Delaney, that's an altered shot by Simmental, but Delaney, after the miss, we've got an offensive rebound from Austin Dowd, who feeds back to Delaney, and he's putting it up and in. So Landon Delaney with another couple. Here's Dilgis in the lane. Tries a shot over the top of two defenders, but it's short. Aiden Zur with the rebound, and the Lynx looking to add to an 11-point lead. 28-17, Delaney wants another three. In and out, no good this time. Sonnenschein down on the baseline with the rebound. Landon Delaney trying to do an awful lot to get his team to the state tournament. He's been the one true consistent player here, and we've got an out-of-bounds violation from Dilgis. And he's saying something to the official who makes the call. Maybe thought he got pushed in that direction, but turnover number 5 for the Governors, their first here in the second half. Dilgis checks out for Pierre. Caden Aharts is in. Mach Mayen is out for Brandon Valley. And it's Braden Miller, the first sub in for the Lynx. 28-17, they have the lead. Here on defense where they need more stops as Getz will deny a shot attempt, but it'll send Austin Dowd to the free throw line. The lob came into Dowd. Getz had a hand on the ball right away, but they'll say All in one motion. Dowd catches and shoots, and 2 shot attempts coming here. Dowd scoreless in the game until now. First one is up and in. That's his first shot attempt of any kind. Now Dawson Getz picking up his second personal foul. So the Governors as a team have 8 fouls total, but 4 different players have 2 fouls each. Second one will find its way down as well. Dowd with his first 2. Brandon Valley's biggest lead to date, 30-17 in this one. 5:25 to go, third quarter. Sonnenschein leaves it with Simmental. Now Luke Olson crosses over against Delaney. Luke Olson is on the board. That quick first step that makes Luke Olson such an entertaining player. He finally finds a way to get his first points down. 30-19, back within 11 as we hit the 5-minute mark of the third period. Delaney backs one out. Here's Miller back to Delaney. Fakes the 3. Aharts is there. Now Knutson underneath. Zer further underneath. It's good to Dowd. Austin Dowd up and in for 2. Good ball movement by the Brandon Valley bunch this time. 32-19. Back to a 13-point game. Olson maybe thinks about 3, but he decides against it. Gets rid of it, now gets it back. Here's Getz from the high post, driving but nowhere to go. He'll find Sonnenschein. Sawyer steps aside and buries a 3. He got a man in the air, let him fly by, put a dribble down, picked it up in rhythm. Sawyer 2 for 3 from long range. And he puts the Governors back within a 10 spot at 32-22. 4:15 left in the third. Here's an open 3 coming now from Briggs Knutson, but he won't get it. Simmental down with the rebound. The Governors want to head the other way. Transition opportunity, but Brandon Valley gets back quickly. Simmental has it, swing it over left side to Luke Olson. Halfway through quarter number 3, here's Getz in the lane. Shot no good, that's off the back of the rim. It is just a snake bite for Dawson Getz today. Now Braden Miller moving inside as Delaney, he misses the shot. Olson blocks out Dowd nicely, lets Aharts come in and get the rebound. What a great job. Fundamental basketball by Luke Olson. Here's Simmental off the left block, but he gets his pocket picked. I think that was Delaney who got it loose, and then he gets the pickup, and then he'll feed, and a layup to finish for Aiden Zer, and a timeout will be taken by Brandon Valley. Full timeout here, that'll be a full minute. We'll take it with them, 34-22. Brandon Valley by 12 right now, 3:27 to play in the third. This is Pierre Governor basketball in this Coca-Cola timeout on River 92.7.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
It has been somewhere between 9 and 13 for most of the second and now the third period. And we resume again, 3.5 minutes counting down, quarter number 3. Welcome back to the Metro here in Brandon. Here Governors with it. Luke Olson gets it to Getz underneath. Aharts bobbled the pass. And then as he went up with it, bobbling it, he came back down with it and is called for a travel. Governors had a nice play set up, but just a little bit of a misplay. And it's turnover number 3 of the half, but here's an intercepted pass up the floor by Dawson Getz. Here we'll head the other way. Olson starts from the left side, penetrates. It's Simmental in front of the free throw line. The shot is up and good. This is what Pierre's going to need. A lot of Eladio Simmental scoring as the Lynx really key in on Luke Olson. and Dawson Getz, both of whom have just 2 points in this game. 2:40 to go as Gus Scott inside, and now Olsen is going to trip up Braden Miller. That'll be a foul on Ole, his first. 34-24, here comes Mach Mahan back in. Gus Scott back out for Brandon Valley. Governors, by the way, showing press for the first time in that, after that basket by Simmental. And now we find them in the 2-3 zone here. Tip pass by Getz, picked off by Aharts. 2 steals in a row for Dawson Getz. Here's Olsen, again passing against the 3. He's open this time, shot is up and good. Luke Olsen for a triple, and the Governors have some life. 7-point difference now, 34-27, and another timeout to be taken by Craig Nelson here with 2:12 to play in the third period. A 30-second Coca-Cola break, this time 34-27. The Governors back within 7, creeping around. We're back in 30. Postseason basketball is on River 92.7.
It means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey, Josie.
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
The Governors are within 7, really, for the first time since they were as close as 6, back at 16-10. That was in the second period. Out of the timeout, the third one used by the Lynx, which leaves them with 2. Here's a knock away by Luke Olsen. Lynx will inbound from the corner. Right down below us to our right, Aiden Zer to get it in. He finds Mahan, now Delaney. Grant Hennon, the 6'5 senior, is in there. Some size in the middle for the Lynx. Here's Briggs Knutson with it as well. They're looking inside. Nothing available yet. Zer had to pick it up. Now Hennon fading back. Now a high pass across the court is too tall for Briggs Knutson. That's out of bounds. Turnover number 12 for Brandon Valley. To be quite honest, if Brandon Valley wants to maintain control in this game, they really have to maintain their possessions, and I think the Governors defensively have done a real nice job in that regard. Now we got an offensive foul, a moving screen that'll be called on Simmental in the lane. That whistle got blown. I was thinking that maybe Luke Olsen had stuttered a step and traveled with it, but it is a turnover nonetheless. The offensive foul, that's the 4th in the quarter and the 8th in the game for the Governors, who still trail 34-27. A lot of time to go, minute and a half left in the third. Here is Zer down to the baseline to Mahan. Mach up top. Knutson looking inside, forced it, but Dawson gets a hand on another pass. Olsen up ahead. Now back out to Olsen. And a push foul here on the floor. Called against Brandon Valley, and Briggs Knutson will be the guilty party here. Knutson's third personal. Simmental, who also has 3, will check out for Pierre. And it's Aharts back in. The inbound comes up top to Dilgis. Aharts, Sawyer, Sonnenschein, 3-ball rims in and out, no good. He almost had his third one of the game. Hennon with the rebound. The outlet is touched by Getz, and it gets to the Governor bench. Boy, Sonnenschein could have put this one to 4. He had a good look at it, but rimming in and out. No good. 1 minute to play in the third period. Governors against the pressing continues, but Brandon Valley gets it across. Here's Delaney. Had Mahan, I think, open on the right block, but didn't see him. Brandon Valley slows it up. Knutson will find Mahan. Thought about 3. Back to Delaney. Chewing some time here, but 10 left on the shot clock for the Lynx. Left wing, 3-ball this time, and it's good for Aiden Zer. Boy, he had time to spot up on that one. Kind of a slow shooting stroke, but when you've got time, you can get settled in. That's a big shot for Brandon Valley. We've got a 10-point game again, 37-27. 27. Shot clock and game clock are pretty much dead even. 19 seconds left in the quarter. Sonnenschein backs it out. We'll leave it off with Luke Olson to run the point. Olson backing off, crosses over against Dulaney. Now tries to get something going. He'll have to get a floater up from the free throw line. No good. And as Dilges comes down with the offensive rebound, he's hacked in the act and will go to the free throw line. Luke Olson, I don't think, obviously he wanted off of that crossover to get rid of Dulaney defensively. He was hoping to take it all the way, but he had to adjust the shot in midair. Fortunately for Pierre, Lincoln Dilges gets an offensive rebound and a foul shot opportunity, although the first of two is no good. Foul on number 3, Mayen, his third. So Mayen and Knutson have 3 fouls each. I don't have anybody else for Brandon Valley with a single foul in this game. Dilges will try to go 1 out of 2. Lincoln with 4 so far. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Second free throw will not go. Lynx with the rebound and a half-court effort from Knutson is off the top of the backboard, no good. And we're through 3 with 8 minutes to go and a chance to the state tournament. Your Gales Gas Service scoreboard has Brandon Valley on top, 37-27 over the Pierre Governors. A 14-13 scoring advantage to the Lynx in the quarter. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service of Pierre, and we're back in 60 seconds for quarter number 4. Season on the line. We're coming back. This is Governor Basketball, River 92.7.
Come on, chum. I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Last 8 minutes here. The Governors trailing as they have all game long. It's 37-27. Actually, there was one lead for the Govs in this game. That was 2-0. Here's Dawson Getz inside Pierre on the first possession. Olson from the corner feeds to Getz on the block. Turnaround shot is altered, but fouled in the act, and this one will go to Austin Dowd, his first personal. Dawson Getz to the stripe to shoot 2. And the first one rims in and out, no good. Lincoln Dilges couldn't get a couple to go in the end of the third period. Now, kind of the same theme revisited here as Getz rims that one, and the second one is good. 3 points for Dawson Getz, all from the free throw line in this game. 37-28, the lead is 9 for Brandon Valley. The Governors in a 1-2-2 press. Brandon Valley gets it across with a couple of seconds to spare. Here's Landon Delaney. Starting 5 out there for the Lynx. Starters are out there for the Governors. Nope, here's another, here's a bench player, actually Lincoln McInerney in. He misses a 3. Delaney gets the rebound, feeds back to the lane, but Zurich can't get the runner. Now Dilges with the rebound. Lincoln McInerney, the freshman who has 2 threes in this game, couldn't get that one to go. He didn't play at all in the third period, oddly enough. Olson backing in, they'll get it back to Sonnenschein. Now Olson on the wing, left side. Here's Dilges to Sawyer Sonnenschein. Simmental will feed inside. Olson's posting up. He'll fade away. Shot is no good against Delaney, and the ball lost out of bounds off of Dilges. Luke Olson again has to try to do whatever he can to get some scoring opportunities, and against somebody who's 3 or 4 inches taller but has a longer reach. Luke Olson missed on that fadeaway jumper, but he does get a hand and a quick pass by Delaney up the floor. 6:49 to play, fourth quarter. Brandon Valley's been a very patient team in their possessions here this day. Here's Zur underneath somehow as Dilgis gets up into the air. The body of Lincoln Dilgis came right up against the ball, but Aiden Zur was still able to put one home. 4-2, the lead is 11, and the Governors will take a full timeout with 6:34 to play. In this one, it's 39-28. We'll pause for 60 seconds and a Coca-Cola break in the action. And we're back with more Pierre Governor postseason basketball on River 92.7.
And Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Have an answer. And again, some good defensive play by the Governors, but just not enough offense. And it seemed like that last play by Brandon Valley, that finish by Zur, is the epitome of how good things are going for them. Here's a mishandled pass by Pierre. Brandon Valley will get it. Lincoln McInerney in the corner, had it, got rid of it, gets it back. Seems a little more tentative to shoot right now, but Brandon Valley continues to eat the clock. McInerney finds Zur this time underneath. Maybe that's what he was looking for instead the last time he touched it. Brandon Valley stayed true to the offense, and they lead by 13, matching their biggest lead of the game. Lynx committing the foul on Getz. And is it Zur or is it Knutson? It's Briggs Knutson with his fourth. Brandon Valley with 2 fouls in the quarter. The inbound comes out to Dawson Getz, and now another touch foul, and this one to Knutson will disqualify him. So Briggs Knutson with a tough day, 0 for 5 on the floor, does not score. But he is the leading assister in this game, shall we say, for Brandon Valley. That's a big part of the offense that Brandon Valley loses for the last 5:50 in this game. Austin Dowd back in, though. They've got a couple of big guys on the floor right now. Here's Olsen. Backing off, he zips one in to Dilgis, but it's tipped away. Back to Simmental. Little penetration, kick back Olsen. Luke with the spin move, fades back, shot won't go, and the rebound controlled by Delaney off of a nice tip by Austin Dowd. Again, Olsen. It's, I don't want to call it desperation yet, but the Governors have to get Luke Olsen and Dawson Getz some scoring opportunities somehow. That just goes to show how well Brandon Valley has played defensively in this game. Here's Delaney, nice dipsy-do, fed by McInerney, and Landon Delaney is the best player on the floor today without a doubt. He has 16 points. And the biggest lead of the game now for the Lynx is up to 15. It's 43-28. Governors can use a bucket. Backdoor pass gets to Olsen. A couple of bounces on the rim, but it's good. And the Governors will get a timeout here. 43-30 now with 4:44 to go in our fourth quarter. We'll pause for, what do you say, guys? 30 seconds this time. In this 30-second Coke break, this is Pierre Governor postseason basketball.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
In 7 at 34-27. But ever since, it's been a 9-3 rally for Brandon Valley to start to build that cushion that they need once again. Governors will press out of that timeout. Both teams with 2 timeouts left to use. Delaney keeps it alive, but now a long pass as he's looking for Mahan is intercepted by Dawson Getz. Dawson picking up some steals along the way here in the second half. Here's Simmental from the left elbow. The fadeaway won't go. Grant Hennon, 6'5", in there for the rebound. Another miss for the Govs. Transition for Brandon Valley. McInerney makes a fake, and then the shot is up and good. Zur with the extra pass as the Governors got beat down the floor. 45-30, Brandon Valley leading. Dill just gets his pocket picked by Landon Delaney from behind. Now Delaney up ahead. Zur lets Getz fly by, and he'll put it up and in. Brandon Valley starting to make it look easy. Everything falling into place for the Lynx, and Brianna Kozler will ask for another timeout. Now 3:48 to play. Biggest lead, the newest biggest lead of the game for Brandon Valley is up to 17. It's 47-30. We pause for 60 seconds. Still 3:48 to play in this one. This is Governor postseason basketball.
Competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Getting down to do or die time for the Pierre Governors. Welcome back to Brandon. Governors have 1 timeout left now after that one they just used. Still 3:35 to play as Dawson gets some penetration into the lane. Caden Ahart's in there. Here's Eladio Simmental. Back to Ahart's. He'll fire a 3 from the corner. That's no good. Getz battling for the rebound, but it's Mach Mahan who will win out. And now another transition opportunity here as Delaney wanted to dunk. He won't get it. Luke Olson will foul. I could see the look on Landon Delaney's face. He's coming right at me. But he's eyeing the basket. He's got a big smile on his face, and Luke Olson coming from behind. I thought Landon was ready to put that one down with authority, but Luke Olson said not this time. Those two have played a real good game against each other today, but Delaney will have to settle for free throws. He doesn't get the first one, so it's a good foul right there. Boy, the Governors just have not been able to get the shots to fall. They played a great offensive game the last time they were here, January 23rd. But so did Brandon Valley. Now the Lynx are starting to play offensively the way that we expected them to. Here's Olson. He faked the pass. Brandon Valley sagged a bit, and Luke Olson takes it all the way to the hole. Lays it up and in. 48-32. Pierce still with a huge hill to climb here in short time. 3 minutes to play here in our fourth quarter. Lynx were in the state championship a year ago, but lost by 1 to the Mitchell Colonels. And they're chewing clock now. 10 seconds to go in this possession. It's Delaney around Simmental. He'll drive, he'll score. Landon Delaney does it again. Said it before, he's been the best player on the court. Here's Dawson Getz left alone for 3. And he finally gets an opportunity to pop one. He hits it. That's his first opportunity Well, his first shot of the game was a 2 with, I think, his toes on the arc. I gave him a 2. So I've got that technically as his first attempt at a three-pointer all game long. 50-35, Brandon Valley has the lead. 2:21 to play. The Governors had knocked one away. Now Brandon Valley's got to get it in. They don't get it in time as Craig Nelson has to spend a timeout that he didn't expect to. 2:21 left to save a turnover. Let's take a 30-second Coca-Cola break here, and we'll be back with more. It's a 15-point Brandon Valley lead here on River 92.7.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Getting ready to head out to the
back
game.
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Well, the Pierre Governors, this is what we've been talking about all season long, folks. The Governors can play with anybody. It's just a matter of how much consistency they can get in the offense, and that hasn't happened today. Defensively, I think the Governors have played an outstanding game. Here in this fourth quarter, Brandon Valley starting to get some transition. I think this is already, well, it's a 13-point quarter with 2+ to go. Minutes, they've scored 14 points twice in 2 of the first 3 quarters of play, but offensively, Brandon Valley is playing their best bunch of minutes in this game so far, and they'll break pressure, and Delaney will feed to Grant Hennon, who will lay it up and in. 52-35, Olson getting inside. He gets it back out to Aharts now. Here's Dawson Getz. They try to give him a screen. Nothing there. He'll dump it inside to Olson. Feeding across the lane to Getz, but there is Hennon. And it's still a loose ball, and we'll have a foul on Pierre. That is going to be a steal for Grant Hennon. And this, of note, this is only the second team foul for Pierre. Eladio Simmental will commit his 4th personal. Minute 47 to play, and that's a new shot clock for the Lynx. Pierre still pressing. Brandon Valley will play it patiently. That's a good move on their part as they lead by 17. Pierre's got fouls to give. They'd have to commit a lot of them if they wanted to stop the clock, but right now it's getting pretty inevitable, although Getz with a tip of a pass, and a pass down to the corner to Tristan Delaney, a 6-foot freshman. And with Dawson getting a hand on it, Tristan Delaney mishandles it, and it's out of bounds. So, the Governors have it back. Here's Olson, top of the key. Getz out on the left wing, looking for space. Fires a 3, and he hits it from the corner. 2 in a row from Dawson Getz from long range. That makes it 52-38. Here's a Sonnenschein steal. Back to Olson, who drives and scores. And 5 quick ones for the Governors. And a timeout, their last one to use, will be granted, and with 1:02 left, this one still isn't over. It's 52-40. Brandon Valley by a dozen. Another timeout from Coca-Cola Bottling. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor postseason basketball.
Getting back afterwards, DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux in Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
As they can, Olsen gets a takeaway from Braden Miller. Feet across. Simmental is good for 2. And more pressure in the backcourt now, and Olsen may have committed a foul as I was looking at the stat sheet. Aiden Zur receives. Olsen will pick up his 3rd personal as they have it on the board. That's the 3rd team foul for the Governors. We've got a 10-point game now. 52-42. Pierce scored 7 in a row to this point. Dulaney and his pass picked off by Aharts. Now Aharts for 3, or Sonnenschein rather, but that's no good. Here's Hennon with the rebound and a foul. My goodness, if the Governors could hit that 3-pointer, what a surge in momentum they could have had right here. But now 38 seconds left, so that's team foul number 4. Getz commits his 3rd. Pierre can foul and get Brandon Valley to the free throw line, but here as the Lynx having problems, they do not get it across. It's a 10-second violation. The shot clock hits 25 seconds. I get a little excited. The student body turns around, wondering what the heck's going on. But here's Olsen. He'll drive and he'll be tied up. He'll be fouled by Gus Scott. And this is going to be a 2-shot opportunity for Luke Olsen. A 10-point game. The Governors again on a 7-point rally, but time certainly not their ally right now. The clock stops with 22.9 seconds left. Scott's first personal. Brandon Valley has 4 team fouls now, so Pierre is into the bonus the rest of the ball game as well. Aiden Zur coming over here to get a little attention. It looks like he may have some blood on the shoulder. They're going to allow him to stay in, so the game being delayed right now. Coming up into the post game, we'll get a full chat about it. Recap, Dawson Getz also apparently needs a wet wipe. They have some blood on the uniform included. I think this is, maybe in a different juncture in the game they would bring these players out, but when you've got 22 seconds left and a trip to the state tournament on the line, it's a good job by these officials to allow the top players for both teams to stay in the game, even though there is a delay in Luke Olsen. I don't know if he's being taken out of a rhythm right now, but as Getz receives some attention, he's got now kind of a wrap job on his shooting hand. Well, if the Governors need Getz to shoot a 3, hopefully that wouldn't affect matters too much. So 52-42, both teams in the bonus, but Luke Olsen stands at the free throw line. The Governors are out of timeouts. Brandon Valley does have 1 left. Dawson Getz is going to check out. Lincoln Dilgis is in for defensive purposes. Dawson will stay at the scorer's table. Olsen shooting 2, and the first one will not go. Another tough break for the Governors. Their free throws have not fallen here in the second half. They haven't had very many opportunities, but those that they have not gone, and now a miss of the second one off the back of the rim. Gus Scott gets in to block out the shooter, and the shooter may have committed the foul here. Nope, it is Aharts with his first. So Gus Scott will shoot 2 free throws. He can put this one pretty much on ice if it isn't already. 21 seconds to play. Scott all alone is the rest of his team talking to the coach over by the bench, and his first point is up and in, hitting the first of 2. Gets back in, Dilgis out. 53-42 our score. The Governors lost by 11 on January 23rd. And we'll see how this one finishes out, but it's right now the same margin, 53-42. Olsen backing in, leaves it with Aharts. The floater off the front of the rim, no good. And as Getz will try to take a rebound away from Landon Delaney, he'll be ruled for a foul, and that'll pretty much do it. Governors will leave this game knowing they've had some opportunities, folks, but all in all, they played a great defensive game in this one. They just couldn't get the offense clicking with regularity. Delaney, who has owned this contest for the Brandon Valley Lynx, can put the final nail into the coffin with free throws, but he misses the first of two here. Brandon Valley will get a player in. Well, Tristan Delaney is at the number 33 is there now. I had a 34. Mason Ennis, I mentioned earlier, did not say his name. Landon Delaney misses the free throw. His little brother won't even get into the game. He pats Luke Olsen on the back. The Governors will cede victory in this one. Your final score. The final score of the Pierre Governors season on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's Brandon Valley 53 and the Pierre Governors 42. The Governors season, as fun as it was to watch them, comes to an end at 6-15. Brandon Valley moves on to the state AA basketball tournament with an 18-3 mark. Their second 11-point win over the Governors on this season. The final scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to continue to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. It'll be the Lynx getting the state qualifier hardware. Their fans will celebrate in a little bit, and they'll cut the nets down just as the Governor girls did last night when they beat Harrisburg on their home floor. But the Governors, for the second year in a row, will watch the state AA from afar. Brandon Valley 53, the Governors 42. Let's take a 3-minute break in our postgame coming up. Postgame is brought to you by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. That's back in 3 minutes. A full recap. Assume to have a conversation with the head coach in a little bit, but your big plays of the game and your player of the game also coming up in our Family Dental postgame. In 3 minutes, Governor basketball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs. Call Family Dental at 224-7774 today.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
This winter, the game is on, and Beck Motor Company is proud to support Pierre Governor basketball. Whether it's on the court or the open road, we're here to keep you moving forward with reliable vehicles for every drive. When you're ready to upgrade your ride this season, come see us at Beck Motor Company. From SUVs to trucks, we've got the perfect vehicle for your winter adventures. Visit Beck Motor Company for all your automotive needs. Beck Motor Company, making a great deal better. 605-224-5912. BeckMotors.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs, new construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Well, the Governors' season comes to an end as they fall to Brandon Valley 53-42. Welcome back to our Family Dental postgame. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. In this one, Brandon Valley will be heading off to their 17th state tournament. Their first one came in '65, their second one in 1975, and then they moved up to AA in 1990, and they've made a number of Class AA state tournaments since then. But a team that went to the state title game a year ago is heading back to the state tournament. That'll be in Rapid City 2 weeks from this weekend. It's the girls in Rapid City for Class AA next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then the boys on March 20th through the 22nd. Brandon Valley, we know, will play Sioux Falls Jefferson in the quarterfinal round on that Thursday. Congratulations to Brandon Valley. They really played a great ball game. As well as I thought the Governors defended in this game, you can certainly say that about Brandon Valley. Their key to success coming in was to, as Coach Craig Nelson said, and I quote, guard two guys. And those two guys, of course, he never named them, but we all knew that he's talking about Luke Olson and Dawson Getz. And well, those two guys got some points in the fourth quarter, but they only had a combined 2 free throws between them. Combined at halftime. They'll finish with 20 points, but again, Dawson Getz scores 7 in the fourth quarter. Luke Olson scored 6 in the fourth quarter, so most of that production comes in desperation. And certainly you'd say, well, if they could have been more desperate all along, maybe things would have happened to their advantage, but that just wasn't the case. I think the Governors did just about everything they could do. Offensively, it seemed like they were trying to throw the kitchen sink and get all of the motions and all of the sets that they could. They didn't shoot the ball well. They had the looks, they had the shots, they were there, but you get just one of those days where instead of getting the shots to fall, you get all this bounce, these bounces off of the rim, and you rim these shots in and out, and it was just a bad luck kind of a day, unfortunately, for the Governors. I really thought that the way they played today, they could have just as well been the team moving on to the state tournament here. But after a 5 of 23 effort in the first half on the floor, it's 10 of 21 for Pierre in the second half. That'll be a 15 of 44 clip. Overall on the game, they hit 5 out of 15 from long range. They did struggle from the line, as mentioned, especially in the second half. Pierre goes 5 out of 11, and I seem to be 2 points short on my tally, but here's what I've got. Luke Olson with 11 points. Dawson Getz will finish with 9, thanks to a couple of threes that he finally hit in the fourth quarter. Eladio Simmental finishes with 9 points. And Sawyer Sonnenschein hits a couple of threes. He'll finish with 6. Lincoln Dilgis with 4 points. I really thought when Coach Nelson said guard 2 guys that this could be a game where Lincoln Dilgis could have shined, and he had his opportunities too. But when I talk about all of these shots that just are there but don't go, Dilgis he was kind of victimized by a lot of that, and he is held to 4 points today. Carter Schuffelbein in the first first quarter, in fact, had 1 free throw down. 42 on the board for the Governors, and again, if you were adding up with me, I think I'm missing a basket for somebody. As it is, Brandon Valley with a 9 of 18 effort in the first half. They really had a bad start in this game, just as the Governors did. Both teams were and a 2-2 tie. That's all we had 4 minutes into this game, but Brandon Valley got in a little bit of a rhythm from there, and we'll give you the quarter scoring in just a bit. But 9 of 18 first half. Second half, they go 12 of 18, so they finished 21 of 36, and that is padded with high percentage shots. The Lynx broke the Governor press, and they got a lot of transition buckets down the stretch when the Governors really had to sell out in a full court press. Brandon Valley was able to, in most cases, break that. Governors did draw and cause some turnovers, but in many cases, Brandon Valley was able to break free and get some high percentage shots. That adds to their shooting percentage, which is overall their ratio 21 out of 36. They hit 5 of 12 from outside the arc and a 6 of 10 clip from the free throw line, but that includes just 2 of 6 in the fourth quarter. They were 4 of 4 up until that spot. Landon Delaney, though, 19 points, a standout effort for a standout senior, 6'2" senior. He'll finish with 19 points. Let me tell you about Landon Delaney. I could do this a little bit later on, but since I just started the conversation, which is a one-sided conversation, I get it. But Landon Delaney, to me, just watching him play, I cannot say enough good things about Landon Delaney. He's very composed. He's a very solid player. He does what his team needs, but he's very gracious, even though in victory in this one. You aren't seeing a lot of that, from depending on who you're playing, and certainly it's a lesson I would like to teach a lot of youth of today on and off the court. But to me, from what I've seen from Landon Delaney as a 3-year starter in football and basketball in particular, this kid is as good as they come. So I'm really happy for Landon Delaney. Really like what I see in the way he conducts himself on the court. He finishes with 19 points. Aiden Zur with 11 points as well. Lincoln McInerney hit a couple of big threes early on. He'll finish with 8. And that's off the bench. Grant Hennon also big off the bench with 8 points. Austin Dowd finishes with 4. Mach Mahan has 2. And Gus Scott with 1 late in this one. 53-42 Brandon Valley with the victory. They do it on the rebounding end. They out-rebound the Governors 27-18. That's a sizable difference. Both teams with 5 on the offensive glass. I've got Delaney, in fact, with 8 rebounds to lead Brandon Valley. The Governor boards are spread quite a bit between Luke Olson, who has 4, 5 in fact. He might be the team leader, but they spread him out from there as well. Lincoln Dilgis with a few boards in this one. The assists are in favor of Brandon Valley, 15-10 overall. Now the turnovers is what I really am impressed with. As far as the Governor game goes, they induce or help induce Brandon Valley into 19 turnovers in this game. And that's obviously a number Brandon Valley is going to have to work on when they go into the state tournament. The Governors turn it over 10 times in this game, but you can credit that Governor defense an awful lot. You hold a high-powered team like Brandon Valley, who does play patiently when they have to, and they play patiently a lot, but they can kick it up when they have to, and they certainly did at times in this game. But you hold this team to 53 points, and you force them into 19 turnovers. Again, you can say an awful lot of good things about the way the Governors played in this game. But obviously the one stat that matters is the one on the scoreboard, and that says 53-42. Brandon Valley moving on to the state AA. Plenty to talk about, but let's take another 2-minute timeout, and we're back. We'll see if we get Coach Kozler up here to close out the boys basketball season with us in a post-game conversation. I'm sure she's got a lot of good things to say about the way the kids played today as well. So we'll hope to hear from her yet, but we've got big plays of the game and your player of the game still to come. But first, a 2-minute timeout. It's your Family Dental post-game. You're listening to Pierre Governor Postseason Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Family Dental postgame continues. Welcome back to Brandon. Once again, congrats to the Lynx, who will move on 53-42 with a win over the Pierre Governors today. And they do it with big plays. Your big plays in this contest are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And let's hear from them. We'll talk big plays when we come back with more.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Talking big plays with Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and Brandon Valley wins this one by 11. The big plays in the game, I believe, really have to go to the first quarter of play. And, the first half, we'll say, when the Governors just could not get the shots to fall, and neither could Brandon Valley for a while, but then all of a sudden, this freshman by the name of Lincoln McInerney comes in, and the left-handed shooter pops a couple of threes. And Brandon Valley got settled in, I think, as a result. When a game that was 2-2 with 4 minutes into the contest, 4 to go in the first quarter, Lincoln McInerney hits a couple of threes, and I think that got Brandon Valley going, and the Governors played pretty evenly otherwise. With the first quarter scoring was 14-6 Brandon Valley, but then in the second it was 9-8 Lynx, then 14-13 in the third, and as it turned out, 16-15 in the fourth quarter. The Governors once again play evenly with one of the top-notch teams in the state, but again, it was that first quarter. McInerney hits the threes, the Lynx get going, and they go on to win it in this one, and they played the better game, obviously, but in this one, it was just another game where the Governors unfortunately had one bad quarter. Usually it hasn't been the first quarter, but that was the case here today. We will expect to speak with Brianna Kozler in just a little bit, but our Family Dental post game, we've got Luke Olson to come up and talk to us. And Luke, I'm just going to say thanks for giving us a lot of entertainment over the course of this season. You guys are a real entertaining ball club. Sometimes you just have these lapses in scoring, and unfortunately that was early on. First of all, let's hear you comment on that, and then I've got some things to praise you guys about just the same.
Yeah, we didn't get off to a great offensive start. I thought our defense, especially in that first half, the whole game, but at the start we played well defensively, just didn't get anything to fall on the other end. But
you played so well defensively, and that's what I really wanted to touch on. You held a team that is, the second best team in the state, in my opinion. Harrisburg and Mitchell might have some things to say about that, but you hold them to 53 points. They scored 68 on you the first time you played them. I've got you guys with them with 19 turnovers. You're causing problems for them all game long, whether you were pressing or not. I really think you guys just did a bang-up job defensively.
Yeah, I think the effort was there from the guys tonight. We gave it our all, played hard defensively. That was our main goal. We've been struggling on the defensive end, and we brought it tonight, and they didn't fall on the offensive side.
Coach Craig Nelson of Brandon Valley, and our keys to success, I asked him what are his keys, and he said guard 2 guys. That's in 3 words. That was his key to success, and that of course means Luke Olson and Dawson Getz, of course. In the first half, they certainly did that, and I know a lot of people when they play the Governors, that's the biggest key, is to guard you and Dawson. What was the level of frustration in your inability to find shot attempts, let alone put the ball in the hole?
Yeah, it's frustrating, and I know Dawson and I will both be mad probably for a while about that, but we're kind of used to it. We didn't step up, I guess, especially in that first half scoring, but we were trying, and some other guys stepped up.
And you get the ball to Simmental, you get the ball to Dilgis. These guys had their opportunities, and the shots are there. And I'm looking at it from up here. You're coming towards us, and all these shots are good-looking shots, but they just rim in and out. Sometimes you just have bad luck. That's part of the whole problem, I guess.
That's kind of been a season theme, I guess, and tonight happened too, I guess.
Well, yeah, and that's just I don't know. I guess what I'm saying with that is, it's the breaks. It's basketball,
yep.
but I just think you guys played an outstanding game. It's Brandon Valley was just a little bit better. You're guarding Landon Delaney for most of this game, and I before you came up here, I was singing some praises of Landon. He just looks like a kind of guy that you love to play against. He did so many good things in this game. He's guarding you. You're guarding him. But there's. You have matchups against other players from other teams, and you just hate to play against them for different reasons, but this looks like a guy that brings out the best in a lot of people. He's a good player.
He's a really good player, and he's a really good guy. We've played him for probably almost 10 years now, and it's been fun. It's also sucked, but it's been good to know him and play against him.
Yeah, so he kind of leads the team, but the whole team, I think, kind of plays off of his example. This is a pretty good-mannered, well-mannered team, isn't it?
Yep, they're very good. They're very disciplined and play well together.
An easy team to root for as they go to the state tournament, perhaps?
Yeah, yep, right. I like these guys.
All right, well, your career comes to an end here with this loss. You guys, you and Dawson and Ladio and a couple of bench players as well. Tell us about the journey and what you're feeling right now that it comes to an end.
It's crazy that it's over, but it was a really fun journey. We were Coach Kusler's first group, and we stuck with her. She's had to deal with us, but this senior group especially is very special. We're excited for what's next, but we're also sad that this came to an end.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Sawyer Sonnenschein, Caden Morris, Bennett Swartos, the other guys that also a part of their last game. Sawyer had a couple of threes. You guys now got in. You made a run, and you were down by 17. All of a sudden, you're down by 10, and Sawyer fires a three. Another one that rims in and out. My goodness, I think Pierre crowd was about to erupt. How about you guys on the floor when that one looked like it was heading in?
That would have been a fun one to fall. It was a good shot, and that's how it goes sometimes.
You just know, and unfortunately, you just know that you guys are never out of it until that final buzzer. But today, it just all comes to an end, and I kind of think of the fact that you had to play the season without a guy like Cooper Terwilliger too, and what a dimension he could have added in this game as well.
And I'm excited. These boys need to take this a little bit personal and get going for next year so they can hopefully make it to the state tournament.
Well, that's good advice from the seniors. So, Luke, again, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
In your golf career coming up. All right, get back to the Lynx. And Luke Olson, who has committed to Augustana University to play golf. this season. As Brianna Kozler will be next in line to take the headset here. Our Family Dental postgame continues with the coach. Coach, it was a lot of fun to talk to that young man. What a great player, a great leader for your team. And the one thing, even as your season comes to an end, I'm gonna use the word one more time. As I describe the way you guys play, it's always entertaining. You guys, I don't think there was too much expected from you coming in. You probably had good thoughts about what you were capable of, and I think we saw a lot of times what you're capable of, but it's been a lot of fun to watch this team, even though the record doesn't really show that it went all that well.
Yeah, it's never been a thing that we've faulted their effort any night. Sometimes it was the other team just scored more points than us. I mean, tonight the defensive effort was there. 53 points, I wouldn't say is even indicative of how tight it really was. And unfortunately, we just couldn't put the ball through the hole enough to keep up. And they got some buckets there when we had to take some risks down the stretch, and it probably extended it a little bit more than what it was. But this crew has, and I wish more people got an opportunity that I do every single day, that I get to go and be around these yahoos every single day, and they're goofballs in the best way possible. And what these guys mean to this community and this program isn't able to be summed up in words. But we know that, especially these 6 seniors that will lose to graduation, while the goal wasn't finished here on the basketball court, they're going to go and impact the world in a lot of different ways. And you can't say that about everybody. But who these people are, or who these kids are as individuals, and their character and how they conduct themselves is outstanding. And we couldn't ask for better hardworking kids, but they're going to go out and be incredible, impactful people in our community and in our world. So, I'm very fortunate to have the job that I do, to get to be around these guys every single day.
I've just been singing the praises of the defensive effort for all game long, and throughout this post game too. And I told Luke, I've got you at 19 turnovers induced with, Brandon Valley. 53 points for a high-powered team, second best team in the state perhaps, as they've proven. He caused 19 turnovers, but man, just if he could get a few shots to fall, especially early on, that unfortunately that one bad quarter that is the recurring theme happened in right off the bat here.
Yeah.
But you were holding them to a bad quarter
right.
too.
You go into halftime holding them to 23 points. Unfortunately, we only had 14 so that's not going to work out in the end. It's a simple game if you score more points than the other team. But again, that effort was there the entire time. They embraced that challenge of we got to be better defensively than what we produced last week, you could even just say, and they did that. We tossed 3 different defenses and different presses, and they found a way to just work hard, and unfortunately today the effort is not reflected on the scoreboard. I wish there was a scoring category for effort, because we would win a lot of games based off of that. But very, very proud of each and every one of these guys and what they mean. And we talk about leaving a legacy and what you want that legacy to be, and moving forward. All of these guys are super involved with our youth, and that's something that our community embraces. You look at the games and how many kids are running around, and they wanna emulate everything that our boys are doing. And there's a lot of responsibility behind that, and they have to carry that weight and that responsibility of leading the next generation through, and again, who they want to be known for, and the legacy left. These 6 seniors in various ways, they have truly impacted us, and unfortunately there's not enough words that are gonna sum it up accurately. But goodness, you look at Caden Morris and Bennett Swartos, who they didn't get the time that the other 4 seniors did on the floor, but you would have never known that based off of, I mean, they were the best bench guys every single game. They brought it every single day for our scout team, and prepared us well. I mean, they were outstanding, and they were great leaders by the way that they led by example, and they were supportive of every single person out there, and it didn't matter if it wasn't them. They wanted what was best for the team, and that's something that is a challenge, and they're gonna again go and be really incredible people. And then you look at Luke and Sawyer and Dawson and Eladio as well. I mean, we got to see them on the floor a little bit more, and what they were able to do as basketball players, but they're just the same as Bennett and Caden as individuals, and what they'll go and do in our community, in our world. They're going to be outstanding. They were tremendous basketball players, but all of them are going to go and be great husbands and great fathers, and all of those more important things. Although they've given a ton of time and effort and passion into the game of basketball, they're so much bigger than basketball, which is just as a coach, the most awesome thing that you can do is now I get to go and watch these guys become adults and go into the real world, and some be college athletes, and some just go and enjoy college, and eventually go into the real world and again be great fathers, great husbands, great leaders, because each and every one of them possesses a quality to do that, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. So let's look ahead now. I guess as the old cliche goes, next season starts tomorrow. So with the guys that you'll have coming back, of course, you've got some playing time with a group of juniors. And, I think even from some of the things we've seen from the freshman and the sophomore classes over the course of the season, you've got some things that, it's going to be big shoes to fill, especially in coming up with a new point guard to really to lead the way. But you've got an inside presence already established, and maybe he gets find some more shooters to replace the points that Dawson is going to leave with as well. But what does next year look like in the next couple of years for this team?
There are guys who have had some experience, and beyond just the tick that maybe they got in varsity, there's a lot of guys who got to practice against these varsity guys every single day, and there's a lot that can be had from that as well. And getting Cooper back next year, having more of an inside presence, and him and Dilgis, I would love to see that two-man game working a little bit, and then just other guys that fill roles. But they're gonna play with a lot of heart. They're gonna play with a lot of passion. They're athletes. They're involved in other sports, and we want them. A lot of them are gonna move on to track or baseball right now, and we'll hopefully get them a little bit in the off season too. But they get to go and be kids and go and compete hard in other sports, and that's what makes them so competitive. Is they're multi-sport athletes who learn how to compete in a lot of various ways, and that's what we're going to lean on as we go down the stretch.
Such is life in the Pierre Governors sports program.
Absolutely, yes.
We're full of multi-sport athletes. Coach, it's been, like I say, a very entertaining season. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but we'll congratulate you on the efforts, and thanks for all your time.
Thank
and we'll see you next year.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Brianna Kozler, the Governor head coach, as Pierre falls 53-42 to the Brandon Valley Lynx. Again, big plays of the game were brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics. We're looking at those 2 3-pointers that seemed to get Brandon Valley settled in that first quarter. The 2 threes reined in by freshmen Lincoln McInerney, but there certainly were efforts from players of the game that we'll talk about as well. That's up next, our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. Let's hear from Cowboy Country Stores. We're back with more of this post game, the Governors, here on River 92.7.
Download the app and save at Cowboy Country Stores. Cowboy Country Stores' new app is as simple as putting in your phone number, then save big. Take advantage of daily promotions and clubs, like every Monday coffee just 99 cents. Every Saturday and Sunday, $2 off any large pizza. Fridays, it's 2 breakfast sandwiches for $6. Other great daily specials. The new app available now at Cowboy Country Stores. Download today.
It's Cowboy Country Stores with players of the game. Obviously, for the Governors offensively, there's not a lot to really sing about, but obviously Luke Olson and Dawson Getz eventually will get their points. Eladio Simmental played a very tough physical game today. Props to him. Also, Sawyer Sonnenschein for doing just the things that he's done all season long. He's good for a couple of threes today. Just about had another one that could have set the governor, blown the governor roof of this half of the gym off on that one, as the Governors were in come from behind mode. But it's always about defense with Sawyer as well. Dawson Getz, he ran the floor, got some steals to prevent transition quite a bit in this one, and certainly offensive and defensive. I think these Governors still, I'm going to go to my grave saying that this year's Governor team is a lot better than their record will indicate. But you look at the winning side of things for the Brandon Valley Lynx, and well, everything starts and ends today with Landon Delaney, the 6'2" senior. He scores 19 points. I've also got him with 8 rebounds. I've got him with 4 assists in this game. Did have 1 steal at least, and just a good all-around player. But like I said earlier, this kid is he's fun to watch because of how he conducts himself on the court, and I'm sure he's that kind of guy off the court. Luke Olson told us about Landon Delaney and being kind of a good competitor for the last 10 years that they've been playing against each other. I cannot remember if I gave Delaney a player of the game shirt the first time these two teams played. If that happens, and I'm going to ask him about that, then I'm going to tell him to give it to Aiden Zur. Zur with 11 points in this game, and he's just big and physical inside. I do want to give, again, honorable mention to the freshman Lincoln McInerney, who hit the big 3-pointers even as early as the first quarter. But Grant Hennon, who is a big presence for them off the bench, the 6'5" senior. This team has the tools to go all the way. A team that can play patiently. I think if you look at Brandon Valley's abilities and expectations or what they can do in the state tournament, if this team can slow a team down like a team like Sioux Falls Lincoln down, keep them almost lulling them to sleep, and this team can play patient, this team can play fast, this team can play inside and outside. They've got all the tools, and again, like I say, the way they conducted themselves in this game, and in the first time we saw these two teams play each other, it's an easy team to root for, at least for me as a broadcaster and as a basketball fan. So yeah, I'll be rooting for this team a little bit. You'd like to say that team that went all the way is the team that knocked us out of the tournament, if you're a Pierre Governor in this case as well. But Landon Delaney, with honorable mention to Aiden Zur, today's player of the game, sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre. I think we've got 2 minutes of business to take care of. We'll take that break, and we'll come back and wrap this up. We'll take a look at all of the scores. There will be 3 games left to be finished, but we've got 5 scores in as the state AA tournament field starts to take shape. And one final 2-minute break and the wrap of the Governor boys basketball season coming up. This is Governor postseason basketball.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our Pierre office today by visiting rankygray.com.
Back one more time here in Brandon. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Governors fall to the Lynx 53-42. The other scores in Class AA's: SoDak 16 for the boys, and again it's Brandon Valley who will play Sioux Falls Jefferson. Jefferson beat Washington with a 1 o'clock tip-off earlier today. That game ended just as our game started. 58-48 Jefferson with the win. So those two teams are matched up in, and again, there's no reseeding in Class AA. O'Gorman trailed Roosevelt at halftime, but they come up with a big effort in the second half and defeat Roosevelt 74-66. Harrisburg gets a win over Rapid City Stevens. Raiders play well today, but Harrisburg with an 11-point win, 70-59. And Spearfish goes overtime before knocking off T-Area 54-48. So Spearfish's girls made it in last night, and the boys also going to the state AA this year. Mitchell and Rapid City Central start off at 6 o'clock tonight, and then Huron will host Sturgis, while Sioux Falls Lincoln, the top seed, will take on Yankton. All of those are 6 p.m. tip-offs. If you're looking for more basketball, by the way, we've got KGFX coverage of Stanley County and Mobridge Pollock. That game going on at Parkview Gym, as the Buffaloes are 16-5 on the season. Mobridge Pollock is 13-8. We've got that one on KGFX and on Star 99. It's Region 6A semifinal. On other regional action, Lyman defeated Lower Brule and Mitchell today 72-59, so they'll get another game in the SoDak 16 after the Lyman girls also made it to the state tournament with a SoDak 16 win on Thursday night. Well, as we hit the road, we remind you on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team, to think twice in case of ice. Obviously, road conditions have been pretty good with the weather picking up again, but think twice in case of ice, but also buckle up and slow down and drive for conditions. You've got someplace to be. The reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Our coverage of this basketball game has been brought to you by this station, River 92.7, drgnews.com, and by our advertisers and by these member schools of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. No rebroadcast in whole or in part may be made without the written permission of the SDHSAA. I want to thank Caleb Brozick for running camera for us all season long. He'll be back with us when we do softball coverage. In fact, our first coverage of Pierre Governors softball will be on April 1st when the Governors host Aberdeen Central. That'll be at Riggs Field in the backyard of Riggs High School. And of course, we've got coverage of the Pierre Governor girls basketball team. They head out to Rapid City Thursday, Friday, and Saturday next week. And it'll be the Governors playing Brandon Valley. The Pierre team is number 7. Brandon Valley is the 2 seed. And that's the first round matchup, and that'll be at 7 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain. Justin Cowart will cover the Governor girls from the state AA's, and he'll start with a 6:30 pregame next Thursday. Coverage of the Governors here, of course, on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. For William Wilson in studio, I'm Brian Oakland, reminding you our coverage of the Governors in the postseason is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, including Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Capital City Ford, Lincoln Toyota, Avera Orthopedics, Rinky Gray Wealth Management, and by Overhead Door, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, Live Ticket, and the Brittany Shufflebine Agency. Postseason coverage of the Governors is also sponsored by the Boys and Girls Club of the capital area, May Adam Law Firm, First Dakota National Bank, the Pierre Regional Airport, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Bauman Lumber, and Oahe Federal Credit Union of Pierre. Coverage of the Govs brought to you within the broadcast on River 92.7 by Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, South Dakota's Attorney General's Office, Coca-Cola Bottling, Comtech, Wealth Partners, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores. Video brought to you in part by Bauman Lumber, and the scoreboard sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard in the SoDak 16. Brandon Valley 53, and the Governor's season comes to an end 42. I'm Brian Oakland, DRG Media Group Sports, and we'll wish the Governor girls the best of luck. We wish the Brandon Valley Lynx, the boys, the best of luck as they head off to the state AA basketball tournament in a couple of weekends. You've been listening to Pierre Governor postseason basketball on the official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. Thanks for joining us, everybody.